What's my mother name?
What's up, guys? KW175 back with another Pokémon Duel video, and we have the Dragon Gym Cup that's inbound. Right now, the Orbiter Haul is going on. By the time you guys see this, it's probably going to be getting close to ending, and then the actual gym should be starting. So 7:59 UTC is when the actual gym is supposed to start, and this haul is going to end. So it's just going to be Dragon against Dragon. Dragon's going to get the MP buff. They're going to get the damage buff. Like, dragons were already pretty strong, so with getting both MP and damage buff, like, I really hope that you guys have some dragon types. But we are going to have an awesome video today, guys. I'm going to go over all of the top tier dragon type figures, even figures that aren't dragon type. You know, they're just going to be really good in the gym. I'm going to help you guys put together like the best deck that you're able to put together, hopefully, so you can get some great wins. So we're going to start off with what I call the top tier, like MVP, like the try-hard decks that you're going to be seeing in the top 100. You know, so let's go ahead. I'm going to start with some of the newest figures that we have just to take a look, because I've yet to even do a video since the new banner, so I apologize that it's been a little while. So with Mega Latios and Latios, you're going to have that Eon Flute. Now, I've been seeing some featured duels where they have the Latiasite. It's really weird because that plate's not in the shop, so I don't know if the Eon Flute changes to a Latiasite. Like, let me know in the comments. I've yet to pull these figures, so I'm not like completely sure on how everything works, but as far as whatever I can tell, you got to run Latios and Latios. If they get excluded, you use this Eon Flute, you can call it back, and then you're going to be able to Mega Evolve. So this is actually a really great Pokemon for your Psychic and Dragon types. It's going to negate damage boosting or decreasing effects. Essentially, it's like a mold breaker, but, you know, for all of your Dragon and Psychic types. Now, in the gym, this thing's going to have a plus 20, obviously. So when it evolves, it has a 160. So you can add 20 for the gym. That's 180 plus 20 from the ability, 200 damage. And that's not counting, you know, plates that are going to give it a buff, including the newest plate that we got, you know, Altaria's. It's pretty insane. The blue's okay too. It kind of makes the opponent receive any status effect. Now, Mega Latias is pretty amazing. Your Dragon and your Psychic types, they're going to negate, they're going to nullify the gold attack. It's going to turn it into a white, kind of like Noivern. So any purple attack on your Dragons or Psychic types, they're not going to be able to die. Like, there's no, I don't know if it's going to negate X speed. I've yet to see that tested. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys have been using this. But a 2-star Draco Meteor is pretty insane. It's powerful. Like, the Megas are great Pokemon, but it's still like, yo, when that Mega is done, you're back to a Latias or Latios. And if they get knocked out, they're going to be excluded from the duel. Now, if you're running Altaria with Mega Altaria, yeah, you have the opportunity to bring them back. I mean, you can run, you know, multiple Eon Flutes, potentially. I don't know. Like, I have several of these Pokemon. I have 3 of the one and 2 of the other. I'm not going to be running them. I'm sure people are going to try them out. And if you can get, you know, keep your Mega on the field, maybe with the Shaman Landform, it could be worth it. Now we have Naganadel. And yes, that's how you say it, Naganadel. Nadel is German for needle, and Naga is like another language for like beast or dragon. So this thing is going to be a Mega Rayquaza killer. You know, once they use their Meteoric teachings, you bring this out onto the field, use a scoop up. You can use the U-turn as well, max revive, however you need to do it. And it's going to exclude all used plates. So it's kind of a nerf to recycle, as well as the Meteor teachings. This thing's going to be pretty awesome at 3 MP. I mean, it's not the most powerful. Yeah, it has Dragon Pulse, but I mean, it's an 83. 83 isn't really doing much. You know, it's going to be a 103. It's going to be really good for Zoroark. You know, anything with an 80 wheel is going to be really good with that plus 20, because, you know, generally in gyms, people use Zoroark quite a bit. So Naganadel, pretty awesome. Poipole. This thing is the cheese machine, and our boy Lay in the End Guild calls it Playboy, and I like that. This is Playboy. I mean, he's just a Playboy. And he's got Toxic, 1 star, you know, minus 40. It's got Dragon Pulse as well, but it's all about the teleporting. And if you want to use it in an Ultra Beast deck, it's going to allow all your Ultra Beasts to keep that, you know, that special ability, whatever's special about them before they get into that first battle, like with Gus Lord, you know, being able to have that extra MP, with Kartana, being able to, you know, attack from several spaces away. So speaking of Gus Lord, you know, this thing is going to be a 3 MP until it gets into its first battle with that MP buff, right? And if you move through Pokemon that have weight, they're going to be sent to the Ultra Space. So again, I don't have this figure. Let me know in the comments. Are you able to just make an MP move through them, or do you have to activate your ability? So, you know, having 3 MP, is that going to make his ability better? You know, or do you have to be, you know, directly adjacent to the Pokemon that you're going through? Because it says through those adjacent Pokemon, they all move to the Ultra Space. So if it has 3 MP and you're right next to 2 Pokemon, you can move through them both, and they both have weight, like with Circuitry with the Zap Cannon. Like, that would be pretty insane. So let me know in the comments. You know, it's going to be a pretty nice Pokemon to have, and I have to talk about Mega Charizard X. This thing is going to have an 80 spinner in the gym. You know, and it's a Fire Dragon, Charcoal Plate, the Dragon Fang, Altaria. Like, you could run this thing with Houndoom and the Houndour, Arcanine. Like, however you want to put it together. I wouldn't recommend the Fire all that much, but, you know, maybe some Altaria with Mega Altaria and maybe 1 plate. This thing is going to be banishing Pokemon left and right. That Backtrap, you can literally get a triple kill. You knock out the battle opponent, they go to the, you know, 7-turn exclusion land, and then the other 2 Pokemon that are adjacent to it go to the PC. Pretty insane. Dragalge. That's how you say it, Dragalge. It's going to be a 3 MP poisoning machine. You know, this is kind of a better version of Seismitoad. It doesn't have any blue for survivability, but that 90's cool. I kind of wish it was an 80, because, you know, it'd be just a round 100 in the gym. Good for Zoroark. But it's an easy evolution. It's going to be a 110 on its own, 3 MP. And Scrulp here is a super easy evolution, guys. 3-star, a 3-star that you're just going to be able to evolve after you poison them. And it's going to be, you know, just a 1 MP is the only issue, because it's, you know, just a poison water type. But I like it. And Salazzle is definitely going to be a great support. Now, it's not a dragon type, but that Venoshock, 200 damage against any Pokemon that's noxious or poison. Like, that's what Salazzle's hitting for. So then you can, you know, include the 20 or the 40 damage that, you know, the negative 20 or negative 40 damage that the opponent's going to be doing because of the poison or being noxious. You know, and if you evolve it, it's a 3 MP, but I don't recommend trying to evolve it in the gym. But running it with the Dragalge and, you know, being able to just poison people by, you know, initiating battles, you can out-damage some of these dragon types, but they're going to be pretty insane. Now, Mega Rayquaza, we know, is going to be the #1 top MVP. It's going to be 3 MP, soaring over top of most Pokemon, and I say most because there are going to be some counters to stop it, and I'll go over that with you guys. But you know, negating blue, huge amount of damage paired up with Altaria. Like, Mega Ray's been out for quite a while, so we've already had 1 gym with Mega Ray. You guys know how insane it is. I'm probably going to be running both of mine in the gym, but even regular Ray is going to be good, so really no need to go into much further detail than that. Now, White Kyurem, it is going to get a plus 20 buff because it's a Dragon Ice type, but I'll tell you what, Resh and Zek almost, you know, equal it in damage, but it does kind of have that Mold Breaker where it negates, you know, damage increasing effects or decreasing effects with the battle opponent. Now you're going to have to run Kyurem and Reshiram and a DNA Slicer if you want to run it. 3 MP with a 130 Ice Beam. I don't know, it's not a bad little runner. I mean, if you have Kyurem, it's not a bad runner. I don't like Black Kyurem as much, just because it has Fly. The Draco Meteor on the White Kyurem is much better, guys. Much better. And it gets off the bench, too. If, like, the entry points are blocked, you're going to be able to just come off the bench, which is nice. You know, you can send Rush out, try to get a couple of KOs. If Rush gets sent to the PC, then you can DNA splice your Kyurem. It's kind of like a free max revive. And then if you run like Ho or something, you're going to be able to get the Rush back, which is good. But Altaria, this is going to be another like really good MVP. You know, especially if you have the Mega Altaria. Now, this is just going to be there to buff up all your other dragon types. And if you have the Mega Altaria, it's going to be a 3 MP that can soar over top of other Pokemon. There's not a lot of dragons that are going to be able to just go 3 MP and soar over top of other Pokemon. So I really like that setup. Now we have Haxorus. Haxorus is one of the newer Pokemon, and it was available for purchase for a little while. This thing's going to be insane. Insane. And it's going to be a great counter to Zoroark. Most gyms have Zoroark, so it's going to ignore those white knockout effects, you know, with the Zoroark or Bronzor. Fracture. This thing is, I think, going to be my #1 pick for MVP. The thing is going to be a 4 MP off the bench, guys. 4 MP off the bench, and it's going to have a 100 dual chop. That thing spins twice. That's 200 damage. Now, at level 10, that's a 41 wheel slice out of 96. I believe you have like 17-18% chance to land it twice. But it's got the purple to KO. You know, really great figure, 4 MP off the bench. Tornado. I wanted to talk about this real quick. You know, Haxorus is basically immune to white knockout effects, where Turtonator's immune to both white and purple, where Haxorus, you know, reflects that white, you know, knockout effect on the opponent. You know, Tortonator's just not knocked out. A lot of damage, but be careful with that blue. Drampa is going to be a great Pokemon to have with that 150 Dragon Pulse, which is going to be 200 as is. Add another 20 to that. That's a base 220 against any Dragon type. You know, 3 MP whenever it's confused. It's going to be a base 2 MP in the gym. The push aside can really help you out a lot. Drampa, if you have it, put it in your deck, guys. Now, Noivern. It's going to be a risky evolution. I'm not going to lie, but with a Wing Sphere, it could be a 3 MP in the gym. It does a decent amount of damage with that Hurricane. Noibat, like, I don't know, Confusion is normally like a nice thing to land as well. There are a lot of white wheels in this gym outside of Ray, but, you know, Confusion can kind of come back to bite you on some of those dragons that benefit from being confused. But Noivern, great with the Hurricane. You can get a weight win with it, and it negates gold, so you can't die basically if you land the Hurricane. And the Boom Burst can get, you know, some double kills if there's a gold attacker next to the battle opponent. Now, Resh, things, you know, recently got a buff, a lot more damage than what it used to have, a 140 and a 90, so it's going to have a 160 and a 110 base. Then you could use like Overdrive, you could use Dragon Fang, Charcoal, like you could buff it up pretty good. But I think Zek should be your beater. But, you know, Rush, he can still get some things done. Just a lot of these dragons still out-damage this. So it's going to be tough. But with Zek, you can run Tapu Koko. Get that plus 30 along with all the other plate buffs. And that Fusion Bolt is going to be insane. Especially if you pair it up with some Altaria on top of that. Like, basically stack up as much damage as you can. Run some max revives, like they do have that 9 weight. But as long as you have a bunch of runners, like, you're going to be able to put enough pressure on the opponent to where you should be able to get it out. And then, you know, just put a long throw in there just for, you know, extra security. Now, Garchomp, it's not going to be a top pick, but it recently got a buff. It has a 140 and a 90, and then it has a 2-star double flight, which is basically a stealth hit that is going to knock out the opponent if they have a status effect. Now, you could even try to evolve from Gabite, because Gabite has a 100 and a 70, so it's going to be a 120 and a 90. You know, like, you could probably get some evolutions off, you know, and if the opponent forgets and they attack, you're going to be able to move right through him because of the Sand Veil. But I kind of like Garchomp, man. You could basically move 5 MP with that thing being 3 MP. Giratina, not going to be on the top of anybody's list, but I think it has some viability. And it's an old figure. It's been out for a long time. A base 150? They have a 170 in the gym, and it's going to have a 90 hex, which if they have a status effect is going to be doing double damage. 180? Like, that's still pretty good, guys. That's not bad. Zygarde. I still wish Zygarde was a little bit better, but if you have multiple Zygarde, they're going to be 2 MP in this gym, plus getting the damage buff. So this is the time to use Zygarde. I really thought we were going to get the complete form. I hope for it, but Zygarde has some uses. Plus 10 per Zygarde. So you can get a plus 30 if you have 3 of them. Match it up with maybe a couple Altari and a Ray. Run the Land's Energy. Because, you know, if you're running other Pokemon like Altari or Ray that have purple, you don't want to kill them. But there's a lot of purple in the gym, so it could work out in your favor. Now, my number 1 MVP pick, outside of Mega Ray, because we all know Mega Ray doesn't count. Like, Ray is God. Mega Ray is God. Fracture. This is going to be probably my number 1 MVP choice because it is going to be 4 MP off the bench. It has territoriality. That's something I forgot to mention earlier. I thought Haxorus was going to have it because it is very territorial if you read the biology. But 4 MP off your bench to their entry point, and they have to attack if they want to come out that side. So I want to talk about a few meta, Pokemon that are going to be more budget Pokemon. Hydreigon, easy evolution. So looking at it standalone, it's still going to be a 2 MP because of the MP buff, and it's getting a plus 20, but Zvilas is an easy evolution with that roar. Just keep it away from Ray, There's a lot of white attackers, so you're going to be able to have a 2-star Draco Meteor, which could be devastating to your opponent, knocking out, anything above 70 damage on a white attack or a miss, and it's getting a plus 10, so you can maybe run 2 of them, tack on a couple of Dragon Fangs. You could run it with Yveltal, try to get some Dark Mists off. I think it's an okay setup to get you some wins if you really need to. Vibrava, I think is going to be in the MVP list. Probably should have been in the MVP list, not the budget, but this thing, 3 MP, vibrating sound. It's a good way to stall. It can be better than territoriality because they can attack even if they want to. Flygon with a 2-star Draco Meteor, and it's going to have a 130. If you have you're going to have a 130 because of the 10 from the evolution. So Flygon, not that bad. Now Goodra, there is going to be a new Goodra figure. It looks like an EX. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check the material exchange and take a look. You can't see it from this page, but they didn't buff it. So they buffed Slagoo. Slagoo has a 100 Dragon Breath now. What? Like, how can the uncommon be better than the rare? Like, it's just really crazy. Easy evolution from Goomy with that slippery swap, and do not sleep on Goomy. Like, Rico ran it, I was just like, Goomy, okay, like, whatever, I'll make sure I defend against it. Like, Goomy 2 MP is pretty OP, So, I would maybe just run Goomy and forget about the evolutions. Salamence is going to be a 3 MP. I'm sure most of you guys have one if you didn't fuse it away for experience. Mega Salamence, we've all got one of those. 3 MP, if you have a chain level 10, it can go neutral with the cross counter. And Mega Salamence, it's not that good. But at the same time, like, it can be pretty good. And, it's not there for the damage. It's there for the fly. On heavy white wheels, trying to fly over Pokemon you can't handle. And like, if it's something you have to run because you don't have a lot of other EXs, like, don't feel bad about it, it can definitely win you some games. Now, Cacnea is an easy figure to get from the hotels. Check my, pro tips and tricks video. I tell you which hotel and which level it's at. Get it to a chain level 10. It's a 20 spinner. You can generally get an evolution into Cacturn, no problem. And it does turn into a 3 MP when there's no other Pokemon within, I believe, 2 or 3 steps. So, like, they can spin quite a bit and out damage some of those dragon types. Same with the Alolan Sandshrew. And the good thing about the Alolan Sandshrew and Sandslash is the opponent can't attack them. And they can move through ice types. So if your opponent's running any ice types, but they can hit a decent amount of damage. They can whiff it a lot too, but these are like the budget figures. They have the ability to hit and out damage some of the top tier dragon types. So, talking about some of the figures outside of the dragon typing, Mega Sableye. Like, Sableye on its own is always good, and it doesn't matter if it's gym, if it's league, whatever. Sableye is one of my favorite Pokemon. Mega Sableye is going to be clutch. With that Shadow Beam, getting rid of purple, with the Gnawing Plate, being able to move through other figures. It can't be knocked out. Reflects status effects Like, Mega Sableye is amazing, especially with like a Shaman landform. Coco here is, I don't know, something I've considered, because you can get that Melimelwish off. It can be devastating. Imagine it on like Drampa or Vibrava or Fracture, like Haxorus, something insane 3MP with the Soar ability. And if you run it with the Mega Altara, you have a chance to get it back. There's some gold, buff up maybe some electric types. And yeah, the Shaman landform has that 3-star, so even if you're not using it to keep your Mega on the field, your Mega got knocked out. It's not completely useless, guys. You know, it's a free max revive, and you're able to bring them out right away. So if they attack you and you get it, like, you get to bring a Pokemon out for free and then move. Like, it's insane. So Cobalion, going to be immune to cold. You could use Cobalion to protect your Shaman landform on the entry point, kind of put Cobalion on your back line, like on the inside, and have Shaman on the entry point. Now Lucario, I really want to fit Lucario on a deck. It's going to be good for Zoroark matchups if you don't have a Haxorus, or even if your Haxorus is preoccupied with another Pokemon. Can't be knocked out by gold attacks as long as it doesn't have a status effect. And the Aura Sphere, it's a knockout move. It's a knockout move. And if you have Mega Lucario, then that's just going to be a bonus. Like, Mega Lucario just has a gold, stronger attack with a 2-star Aura Sphere. Same exact wheel, but there's no miss, and it's a 3MP. Now Zoroark is still going to be good. Still going to be good. You're just going to have to make sure you don't switch and battle with the Haxorus, but you still have some odds with that Sucker Punch into the Guillotine. And yeah, it's just going to be there for the switch, for the cross counter, and don't switch against Tortonator either, because you're not going to be able to knock it out. Mew, level that gold up all the way. Blue's not safe anymore with Mega Ray. All dragons are going to negate blue, so half its wheel is going to basically be a miss, but get it to level 10, expand that gold, and Mew has some great survivability in the gym. Now Aggron. Vibrava may be better. It may be better because it's a 3MP, but if you don't have Vibrava for whatever reasons, or you want a Pokemon with more damage, you can use the Steel Energy, you know, the Metal Sphere, I believe is what it is. Get some extra damage, and it has the Territoriality. If you have the Mega Aggron, then that's going to be a great little bonus, you know. It has some, just, I don't know, it has some uses, you know, to basically allow you to set up. Now Solgaleo, you're probably like, this thing has been out for so long, look at the damage, like it needs a buff. Well, it's not there for the damage. It's there for the Sun Steel Strike. And it's there for the Mega Ray, because instead of a knockout, it just moves it to the PC, and the opponent is not going to get their Meteoric Teachings back. So that's what Solgaleo's there for. That's pretty much it. And the opponent can't switch out with Zoro. Now Poliwrath. Poliwrath is there to confuse. There are going to be some dragons who benefit from being confused, but there's also some figures that don't benefit so much. Now Poliwhirl. If you guys go back and look at all the dragons, all the top figures that I was looking at, you would be amazed how many wheels are countered by Poliwhirl. If you have Poliwhirl and you're lacking EXs, put it in your deck. It'll definitely win you some battles. Petalil. Keep it away from Ray. Match it up with anything but, you know, Haxorus or Tortonator, because again, Grass Knot is kind of negated against that. But as long as they're not a gold attacker, it has some survivability. And Tortonator's not going to knock you out. You're just not going to knock it out. Maybe you can put it to sleep though. Petalil, it's a great little budget figure. Cottony, there were a few members in the end who were running Cottony, and they were actually winning. And I'm talking high level league guys. They were winning with Cottony. It's going to paralyze any dragon type that it battles. So maybe you could, you know, synergize it up with Ampharos, with the Mega Ampharos, maybe with the Arcanine and the Xurkitree. Like, I don't know, be creative with it. I don't know, maybe I'm just not good enough to put that figure in my deck, especially for the gym. Maybe it's different in League, but Arcanine, I think, definitely has some great matchups if you can leave some status effects. Xurkitree with Poipole, it's going to be able to paralyze every battle, not just the first one. So if you have Poipole, put it on your back line. Care Bear put together a deck with like 3 Xurkitree, Poipole, and the Ampharos. It's insane. And that Cable Lash does double damage, so that wheel would be doing 206 damage alone, and then add another 30 with the Tapu Koko. So Ampharos ain't bad. It has Dragon Pulse. Mega Ampharos is a Dragon type, but I don't know. I still don't think it hits hard enough. And then you have Bronzor. Again, as long as it's not Haxorus or Tortonator, you're going to be able to knock out 3 MPs. It has a 3-star Confuse Ray. Bronzor, pretty good. So, guys, we're going to go ahead jump into my top deck picks that I've already put together. And this was kind of my first instinct. I'm like, yo. And I haven't leveled up the second one because I'm not sure that I'm going to run this one. But 2 Fracture, like, yo. 4 MP off the bench. The opponent has to attack. I have 2 Altaria with Mega Altaria, Rayquaza with the Mega Ray. This is going to be another deck build with Drampa. I'm like, yo, I got to put Drampa in there. And this is the one that I think I'm going to start off with. 2 Mega Ray, 2 Altaria with the Mega Altaria. Fracture, level 10, chain level 10. I got that thing to level 10, chain level 10 right away. And this is my other deck build. I have 2 Altaria with Mega Altaria, Ray, Mega Ray, Fracture into Haxorus, and we have the Vibrava into the Flygon. So I think this is a pretty good deck as well. Care Bear recommends that I basically remove 1 Ray and put in Drampa, and I think he may be right. I don't know. I want to run number 4 though, so I'm going to start off with number 4. But guys, this has been the deck prep. These are going to be my decks. We're going to take them into battle, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you guys. I put a lot of work into these videos, so if you guys do enjoy these videos and if they do help, take the time to leave a like. It does mean a lot, more than you know. But let's go ahead and find some people to battle. So we're going to be getting into the first matchup, and I'm going to show you guys the featured duel versions of these battles. I have 2 battles. I only played 2 because I'm like, yeah, man, I gotta get this video up. It's going to be up super late. You know, I wanted to get this up before the Orbiter Hall ends, and it's going to be cutting it pretty close. So as you can see, they go Mega Latias right on the field, and it said the Latiasite. So let me know in the comments, like, what is that about? Why can I not see that plate? Is it the Eon Flute, but it changes its text? Because you have the Mega Latias set? Like, I don't know. But Journey, able to knock out our Rayquaza. We have the 4 MP Fracture, able to put it right on our goal. And they're going to take our entry. We move up with Altaria. And at this moment here, well, not yet, but at this moment, right here, Journey realized they messed up. 3 MP on that Mega Altaria. And that was going to be a quick, easy duel. So, we're going to go ahead and get into the second matchup. And I promise that this one is more interesting than the last one. But I only played 2 duels. Because like I said, I wanted to get at least a couple of matches in for you guys. So, they're going to go ahead and start off with the Mud Energy. Seeing things from our opponent's perspective, I am Omaya. I believe that's you in Japanese. Correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you guys are able to speak Japanese or from Japan, but we're gonna go ahead and go Mega Ray. They bring out the Ludicolo, making us drop Rayquaza down, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with Ray, go Mega Ray next turn, threaten game, make them have to goal block, and I'm gonna go after this Tapu Fini. I gotta get rid of this thing because they do have a Primal Kyogre. Ooh, and they hit a natural miss. Look at that, 212 on the Mega Ray, and there's no. Oh, there's 1 Altaria, my bad. 1 Altaria, and that's hitting for 212. So I'm going to go 4 MP. As you can see, they come out and they have to attack. And looking to try to get a... Oh, we hit the Dragon Claw. Still hitting for 144, but, we get pretty lucky. They hit Purple and Origin Pulse. Not going to, make anybody spin into a miss. Now, see, this is what's beautiful right here. Their entry point is covered with my Ray. And now they have their other entry point blocked. Their Fini's gone. Oh, we get the dual chop, but we're not able to get that double spin, and that would have been pretty insane. And with having a chain level 10, I may reallocate. I may put 9 of the chain level points into that dual chop for a 109. And if that thing double spins, it's going to be 218 damage. 218 damage. Now, there's only like an 18% chance, like 17.5, somewhere in there. But, yeah, Mud Energy. Oh, I see why they're running this, too. I wanted to show you guys this. Mud Energy. For the weight, for the Gus Lord. Gus Lord with that 3 MP, could move through other Pokemon that have weight and send them to the Ultra Space. So I kind of like the strategy with the mud energy, but I'm not sure how Gus Lord works. I don't know if you can only go through one adjacent Pokemon, and this is right here. This is why I used Double Chance, because Drampa with a miss, but we come through with the Dragon Pulse. I wanted to get the push aside because I don't want to risk any Origin Pulse spins into the miss, but not even close. Not even close, so we're pretty good right now. And we have his entry points blocked off way more than he knows, because we also have Mega Altaria. So Dragon Ascent's going to go off, it feels bad, into the Brutal Swing, so they're going to be able to move me in front of my Altaria. Good play, but I have the Mega Altaria, so I'm going to be able to just move up, retake that entry point. They don't have Long Throw, and the opponent's just going to move back over. Now, what I should do here, now I attack with Drampa, and we do get the knockout. But what I should have done was just moved up with, or I should have moved over one with Altaria. See, and then they moved back in with the Gus Lord. Then I could have moved up. And then whenever my other Mega Altaria ends, I'd be able to go Mega Altaria and get a double surround. And, you know, sacrifice my own Pokemon, but we could have got a double KO surround. So I think it would have been a better play than, you know, getting Tidal Wave. But, you know, we're going to be able to get back into position where we need to be. And Tidal Wave into the extreme speed. Yeah, like, Kyogre didn't really have many good rolls against my Ray. And so now we're going to go ahead and swing around with this Altaria. They're going in for that Grass Knot against my extreme speed. You know, even my Dragon Ascent would probably do over 120. And the opponent doesn't realize that they had already lost, though, because I do have two Mega Altaria, and we're going to be able to just soar right over that Gus Lord and take the win. So GG to the opponents. Sorry that the battles were so short, but they were the battles that I had. So again, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the content, it helped you. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. I put a lot of work into these videos. If you're new, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on Twitter at KDub175, and until the next one, later, guys.